Good afternoon. My name is McCarthy, and I've worked for the Texas Academy of Family Physicians for 19 years. Currently, I'm the Chief Operating Officer, and this is my 17th year coming to Kansas City for this pair of conferences. All the other panelists are talking to you as colleagues who sat in your seats and want to share their experience and help you on your pathway. I'm here from the state chapters talking about why we need you and why I think you need us. The Academy's changed a lot in the last 25 years, and I think this conference is an important part of keeping pace with that change, and also it gives you tremendous opportunities for pathways into leadership. For the first 40 years of the Academy, the membership was pretty homogenous. I started working for the Texas chapter in the late 90s. I know that seems impossible that I'm old enough for that to be true, but it is. And even at that point, if our staff or our leadership needed to envision what our member looked like, it was a white male, usually Texas-educated family physician. And our leadership reflected that. These are all the past presidents through 1998. And there's a little bit of diversity in there, but it's a pretty homogenous group. Now, in 2016, our membership is much more diverse, and we're on a trajectory for that to continue. If you look at members in our state that have been in practice more than 20 years, less than 14% graduated from an international medical school. But if you look at those in practice less than 20 years, it's 31%. Female physicians make up about 22% of our members that have been in practice 20 years or more, but it's 51% of those in practice less than 20 years. About 21% of our members in practice more than 20 years could be categorized as minority, and it's 47% for those less than 20 years. So this diversity is going to continue, and these are really seismic changes. I use Texas data, but this is happening around the country. And I'm happy to say in Texas, our leadership is beginning to reflect that diversity. These are our current officers that were installed last year. So why is that important? You're all family physicians. Why does the diversity matter? It's not about quotas or numbers or the optics of a great officer photo. I believe that if the organization fails to reflect the diversity of the membership, the organization is going to suffer. When decisions are being made, it's critical to have input from a variety of perspectives. And you can get that from survey data or a focus group report, but to have a colleague sitting around the table say, let me share my experience and let's build something together that serves the needs of all members, is much more impactful. As human beings, our needs, our perspectives, our opinions are shaped by our experiences, and among family physicians, those are increasingly diverse. So how do you get involved? Well, I'm sure some of you here are planning to run for positions of leadership, and that's great. Or maybe you're kind of first-time attendees and you're getting the lay of the land so you can run in the future. That's great too. But I'm going to make a pitch to get involved in your state chapters if you're not already there. We need you. The demographic shifts that I described are happening around the country. Getting involved at the state level gives you the ability to shape the educational programs, other activities, the advocacy agenda for your state, and the way that your state chapter messages to both your colleagues but also the future of family medicine, the students and residents, and you can make that more relevant by your involvement. It's also, if you do have national aspirations, it's a great place to start. It's a great place to get some experience on-the-job training. You get to learn a little bit more about the Academy, make some connections, get some stuff to add to your CV, and chances are your state chapter meetings are a little easier to get to than Kansas City. So how do you get involved? Well, I know how you get involved in Texas, and I surveyed my colleagues around the country to get some data for you. All the state chapters have boards of directors, various ways of getting onto those. Over 91% of the state chapters have committees or commissions that do work with the Academy, and over half of those are completely open. All you have to do is volunteer. The other ones have some sort of appointment process, but it's not ultra competitive. Even in a big state like Texas, where we have over 4,500 members, if you want to be on a committee, I'll find a committee for you to be on. And I think that's true across the country, so you just have to get involved. Once you're on a committee, Participate, share your perspective, volunteer for additional responsibilities. Keep coming back to NCCL to get to strengthen you to work within your chapter and get new ideas. And be an ambassador to your colleagues that aren't involved with the Academy. I'm gonna brag a little bit about Texas. We have a pretty active special constituency group. We haven't switched over to member constituencies quite yet. We have a forum at our 2 big meetings for the constituencies to come together. And in addition to discussing any issues that they want, they elect representatives to our member assembly, and they elect a nominee to serve a 1-year term on our board of directors as a special constituency director. They also talk a lot about this meeting, encourage members to attend, make sure that we have a full delegation every year, help prepare first-time attendees to participate. And they created a special constituency leadership award a few years ago to recognize members who've been involved in the state chapter, but also in the national level, and encouraging more diversity in leadership. And Dr. Kelly was our honoree last year. So if I needed any proof that this conference and the things that we've done in Texas have worked, I got it this year. When we put out our call for nominees to serve on our board and in officer positions, instead of having to beg or cajole members to turn in their CV and step up to that next level of leadership, I had 11 members volunteer for our 3 open positions. All but one of them qualify for one of the constituencies. Half of them are alumni of this meeting, and 2 more are alumni of AAFP. So this meeting works, and you can increase diversity in your state chapter if you're not already there. If you're a first-time attendee and you are not involved in your state chapter, this is the perfect opportunity to get involved. NCCL is held in conjunction with the annual Chapter Leaders Forum. So most of the chapter execs are going to be here, lots of chapter presidents, delegates to the Congress, other staff and leaders. So great opportunity to find those people. We all sit together at breakfast. On Friday, they break us up into state groups, so you have a chance to meet your colleagues from your state and the staff from there. Find out what opportunities are available in your state and how you can get involved. We're all tagged with these colorful ribbons, so you can find your president or your chapter execs and do that way. Thank you for being here. Thank you for representing your state and your constituency. And good luck as you continue on your path to leadership. I'm available at this meeting or afterwards if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do to be of service.